Welcome to the 611 Films YouTube channel. We are back in 99. My name is David Groves, is one of your hosts. With me, as always,
Neil McKay, what is happening?
What is happening? We're talking about Galaxy Quest. Pretty good. Pretty good movie.
I think it's one of the more underrated comedies. I think people forget about it and they chalk it up to it's just a Star Trek spoof. And I think yes, it's true, but it was pretty funny, and I think it should get more respect than it does.
Yeah, I think it has its definite cult viewers. I wouldn't say it's a cult movie, but it has a good following. And people that like it really like it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
I remember seeing it maybe a couple of years after 99 in college one Saturday night after maybe a few beverages, let's just say.
Yeah.
And definitely thought it was pretty hilarious. And I rewatched it for the pod, for what we're doing. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think it was going to be more like spoofy. I thought I remembered it more as not like Naked Gun or not another teen movie or something like that, where they really were going to lay into more of those in jokes or kind of like that.
Yeah.
It was played fairly straight.
Yeah. When I say, I was thinking, I'm actually wrong when I say it's a spoof of Star Wars. It's a spoof of Star Wars. Let me say Star Trek shows, like that kind of thing, because it's a totally fictitious show, but it's kind of poking fun at the mass fandom that Star Trek, Trekkies and stuff like that. I think the same with that Seth MacFarlane show, The Orville. Kind of got that rap. I thought of it too. I was like, oh, this is just a Star Trek thing, but it's its own thing, and it's really good. Mm-hmm. So I wonder, if some people don't even know about Galaxy Quest because they're just going, but it's funny.
Yeah,
it's good.
I think all the actors, I think everybody was great in it. And again, it played it more straight than I thought it did when I first saw it long time ago in college.
Well, you said you had some beverages. So.
Yeah, that always helps to make things a little funnier.
Maybe you remember it in your mind. And I didn't see it until, I mean, it could have been 10 years ago. It was well past 99 when I saw it.
Okay,
And I had a couple friends were quoting it. They were like, what are you doing? What are you going outside for? Is there air? You don't know? And I was like, what is that from? Because I thought that was hilarious. And then it was
that was good. Yeah.
And then I saw it and I was like, oh man, I can't believe I missed out on this, because this was I don't even think I paid attention when it came out in 99. So I didn't even know about it until well after the fact. And even I think even Sam Rockwell was kind of not really that well known at that point.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm trying to remember when he did that. What was that George Clooney movie he did about the Gong Show? Dangerous Minds or something like that.
Confessions
Not Dangerous
of
Minds.
Dangerous Mind. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. Dangerous Minds was.
Yeah, that's a few years.
Michelle Pfeiffer, right? Anyway.
And it looked actually pretty decent. It had a few bucks to it. I thought it was going to look a lot schlockier and a lot than it did. It had Stan Winston did some of the creature effects, which I thought was really cool. Some of the aliens.
I was trying to look up, there was another kind of comedy realm, kind of Lost in Space, but I was trying to remember what year that was. That was the year before 98, and that was terrible. And this was I think a better fun version of that, because that was just a piece of garbage. So,
well, I think they were trying to make that more serious than the actual show Lost in Space. But going back to Galaxy Quest, like I said, again, I think a lot of people have a lot of love for it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen. I think we could kind of say that. But I know it does have kind of a cult following. So, hey, good on it.
Yeah.
I find it interesting too. I don't know what it did box office wise, but it's kind of funny. Back in 90, those movies could be made, and then there was never sequel talk. Can it do 2 or 3 more of these? And they never really, I guess, had the idea to do a sequel for it, which I find kind of interesting.
90 million in the U.S. and Canada. Oh, whoops! No, sorry. That was worldwide. 70 million and 71.6 million in the United States and Canada.
Gotcha.
According to Google. So I don't know.
Okay.
Take it for what it is. I didn't actually. I'm surprised. I didn't know it was it did that well. I thought it might have been like a bomb because I kind of didn't.
It might have been more of a bomb at the box office than found its way on DVD, and that's where kind of like everything gets its cult following.
Yeah, so that's why. But I did that. Those numbers are better than I guess they were expecting, like 100 or 200 million.
All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Back in '99. We will see you again on the next one.